individuals at the committee level who take money to do their work, then, let's see what Parliament has to do to clean up its own house. Because, look, if you have the institution that we all rely on to hold the executive to account, and that institution itself we cannot trust, then I think accountability is out of the window.
Well, Executive Director of ASEPA, the Dr. Rashid Draman, addressing us on the issue in Parliament involving A+ and the Attorney General. We'll move on and look at politics at this moment as the National Chairman of the Opposition MPP, Stephen Ntim, has taken a temporary break from the party's ongoing nationwide thank you tour. Well, a statement signed by the party's Director of Communications, Rashid Ahiagba, that's Richard Ahiagba, cites pressing matters for the chairman's decision. Well, let's rewind a bit on how the MPP got here. My colleague Tutua Danso explores the critical questions that the elephant is losing its grip.
Call it whatever you may. A bruising, a wake-up call, or a flat-out rejection. 2024 elections is not what the elephants hoped for. But the party has hit the road anyway, thanking supporters and preaching unity from Western region to Central in a tour expected to end by June 4. Unity, though, that word has packed more division than cohesion on this tour. So it seems the tension started from day one. The party's flag bearer, Dr. Bawumia, boldly listed the reasons he believed led to the party's loss.
The big issues are: one, cost of living, arrogance of power. Yasuedin party for country say yempe levy nkabomno na eniho papa. Yes, na yakasa against each other. Na NDC radio TV.
Unfiltered honesty, some say, but not everyone agrees. Dr. Palgrave Bwacha-Dankwa, former government spokesperson, believes Bawumia's statement was a political sidestep.
As vice president, he had a platform to voice dissent or influence policy, but chose not to, only to later claim opposition when it suited his political ambitions, he stated.
But Richard Ahiagba, the party's communication director, simply disagrees.
I don't think that Dr. Bawumia said anything in that presentation where I was in the room to other exonerate himself, not at all. Okay. So if he gets and Kweku, who supporters of Honorable candidate GHOne, if you hear them say that, then you see them to be advancing their politics, which is fine.
Still, the party's internal wounds began to surface and deepen. The Brekum stop of the tour became a stage for the old feud. Kennedy Ejapon versus Abronya DC. Rich dad versus poor dad. Nope, just politics. NPP style.
This time, no, Omaya Mami Buafu. Namom. More being could do obiatem. Who could do obiatem we not so we are also young quiet a unity. I mean, say unity no a moana mukreti.
And yet a kruya. Because some of them cannot even speak the way they speak. You got bomb fear kura ufari. If you your podcast maomo, baron be true no. You see your panokura, Mumianka, I will not respect you. But may respond to anybody unless I can show down.
And then came Bwacha-Dankwa, once a flag bearer hopeful, warning that the tour was doing more harm than good. And his words proved prophetic in Kumasi when the tour brought not only one more controversy, but a stabbing incident.
I'm not somebody you can intimidate for me to stay out of the party. I'm still a party member. I'm calling for unity. And therefore, if I'm preaching for unity, I will not preach violence. I just want everybody, all supporters, to calm down. But I'll make sure justice is done.
Amid swelling claims of factional violence, students of the Unity Hall at KNUST moved quickly to debunk media reports linking the stabbing to NPP internal clashes.
We categorically state that this incident has no connection to any altercation between supporters of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and those of Kennedy GHOne, a statement from Unity Hall clarified.
But the cracks in the elephant's frame are still visible. Dr. Arthur Kennedy, another former flag-bearer hopeful, has called for the tour to be suspended entirely.
I appeal to the National Executive Committee and the leadership of the party to suspend the thank you tour. It is not enough to let Dr. Bawumia continue alone, and it will be a major mistake for national leaders after what happened to continue to follow Dr. Bawumia on such a tour.
Political analysts like Asante Otri agrees.
Unity is more important, but in a period where everybody is positioning him or herself for a future position, obviously these things are bound to happen.
So for GHOne Television.
And my name is Kweku. Temeng. Let's now talk about education, as the Education Minister Laarayedh has issued a stern warning to heads of senior high schools across the country, stating that he will not hesitate to revoke the new policy that allows them to directly purchase food for the students' feeding. Well, he explained that this move is aimed at ensuring the consistent quality of meals provided by students nationwide, I beg your pardon. Well, the minister made these remarks during the inauguration of the Governing Council of the Ghana Education Service. I'm talking about the GES. Well, there's more in the following report.
The Mahama-led NDC administration ahead of the 2024 general elections promised to decentralize the feeding of students under the free senior high school policy, where grants for the purchase of food supplies will be disbursed to the heads of schools to take up the responsibility. The new policy aims to improve the quality of food offered to students, consistent with the government's commitment to raising education standards. Minister for Education Laarayedh cautioned head teachers that he will not hesitate to revoke the policy if school management fail to provide students with quality meals. He also charged the newly constituted Governing Council of the Ghana Education Service to supervise the implementation of the policy.
We are not satisfied with the quality of the food that is being supplied. And we are not satisfied even with the timely distribution of the food. I will not hesitate to reverse that policy decision, even though I manifest the pledge, in order to guarantee that the right quality and quantities of the food products are supplied. I expect that internal audits in the schools, together with national, will strengthen the policing of the food. And once in a while, maybe Director General, you and Professor Avoke, you can even have an unannounced visit to the schools at the time that they are having their meals, in order that you can appreciate the quality of food that is being served.
However, the minister also raised concerns over the rising indiscipline and insecurity in schools, citing pockets of violent clashes between students and the recent Kumasi SDA shooting incident that left a student in critical condition. The Tamale South legislator further tasked the GES Council to take steps to address this phenomenon.
You've heard the stories of gunshots in an educational institution. You've heard the stories of knives and others using it on our school campuses. As I said earlier, this is not Ghanaian. You have to take immediate, proactive, critical steps to guarantee safety in all our educational institutions.
Chairman of the Governing Council, Professor Mauto Avoke, assured the minister that they will rise to the challenge to ensure improved quality education in the country.
The trust reposed in order to support pre-tertiary education in this country is therefore not one to play with. As members of the GS Council, it will be critically important to appreciate the task ahead, which includes, among others, the implementation of policies regarding pre-tertiary education programs that will ensure overall quality of education in Ghana.
Meanwhile, the minister pledged that the recommendations from the recently held National Education Forum will not gather dust on the shelves. Instead, they will be implemented in line with the government's commitment to delivering quality education for the nation.
So allow me to say some more on education. Now, from the Ashanti region, personnel of cadets in senior high schools have been roped into a See Something, Say Something campaign aimed at beefing up security in schools. Well, it follows a series of riots, wielding of offensive weapons and violent incidents that have been recorded in SHS campuses. Well, the latest, the shooting of a female student at the Adventist SHS in Kumasi, where the cadets were trained to play their intelligence roles after an inter-schools cadets hiking exercise in the Fuase Forest range of the Ashanti region. Ultimate FM's Ivan Heathcote-Fumado has more.
Over 4,000 students from Army, Air Force and Navy cadets took the enduring 20-kilometer hike through the Achoma Fuase Forest range wearing See Something, Say Something badges. The 3-hour jungle walk stretched the cadets to their limits with the aim of building in them the spirit of endurance and resilience. These cadet personnel are expected to be the eyes and the ears of the security services on their various campuses as violent incidents continue to occur in senior high schools.
We went to the jungle for 20 kilometers walk in the jungle, and it was not, a joke. Yes. Now, as you see, we've given them a campaign stickers that says, if you see something, say something. This is what we're trying to advocate. That when they see something that is wrong, they must report to the nearest authorities. Recently, we had an encounter with a student, shooting someone. I believe it was in the news. And we are trying to, as a cadet, to advocate for, if you see something that is wrong, as a cadet, you should be responsible to report that fellow or that person to the appropriate office so that they can be dealt with, not what happened over there. I believe, and I was told that somebody saw the gun. They saw him holding it, and they couldn't say it. But this time, we are trying to tell our cadets that when they see something that is wrong, they should also voice out and say something.
This year's annual cadet hiking in the Ashanti region is taking on the See Something, Say Something mission as a result of the numerous incidents of violence recorded in senior high schools in the Ashanti region. Apart from a student who got shot in the eye by a colleague in the Adventist Day Senior High School in Kumasi, students of the Kumasi Technical Institute and Kumasi Anglican clashed early this year, resulting in the destruction of property and the smashing of windscreens. Commander for the formed police unit base in Fuase, ASP Ampedu, is positive the trained cadets can serve as the first point of alarm for triggers of violence in schools.
About what I saw today, the experience they share with us and also what they have achieved today, I think it will go a long way to help them. We urge the students also to see something, as we all say. They should say something. Anything that they see and they cannot cope, they should try and also see any of the security agencies to give them support on that regard.
The Ghana National Cadet Corps is mandated to liaise with security services to build discipline, loyalty and patriotism in students through drills and minimum security combat exposure. Reporting for GHOne News from Fuase in the Achoma district, Ivan Heathcote-Fumado, Ultimate FM.
Well, let's get to our courts now. As the Osino District Court has on Friday, May 2, remanded 4 accused persons in connection with a fatal shooting at Esiyao near Akwane Dobru, which left 5 people dead. Well, the 4 were arrested by the Eastern South Regional Police Command at various hideouts in a coordinated police operation.
A violent clash over sand-winning rights has claimed 5 lives in Esiyao, a community near Akwane Dobro in the Nsawam area of the Eastern region. The incident, which occurred on Thursday, April 29, 2025, was sparked by a dispute over sand winning and during a violent confrontation between two rival groups. The tragedy prompted swift action from law enforcement. The Eastern South Regional Police Command, in a coordinated operation, arrested 4 individuals in connection with the fatal shooting that claimed 5 lives. The suspects, identified as Samuel Achuforsen, alias Alanyo, Freeheart Kweku Sedonu, Kwesi Prince, and Benjamin Ajaleko, were arrested at various hideouts in a coordinated police operation. Authorities believe the suspects played key roles in the violent altercation that escalated into a deadly shooting. All 4 were put before the Osino District Court on Friday, May 2, 2025, following which Samuel Achuforsen, Freeheart Kweku Sedonu, and Kwesi Prince were remanded into prison custody. The 4th suspect, Benjamin Ajaleko, was remanded into police custody to assist with ongoing investigations. All suspects are scheduled to reappear in court on Thursday, May 8, 2025. The Ghana Police has reassured the public of its commitment to justice, stating that the suspects will be taken through the full legal process.
Well, away from the courts, let's talk about health. As the Minister of Health, Kwabena Minta Akando, has charged the Food and Drugs Authority to intensify its vigilance and regulatory enforcement to curb the influx of opioids into the country. Well, the minister, who described the menace as alarming, wants the authority to strengthen its licensing protocols and work collaboratively with all relevant stakeholders to ensure that illicit and dangerous substances are swiftly intercepted and eradicated. He was speaking at the inauguration of boards of various teaching hospitals and the Food and Drugs Authority.
This crisis has laid bare serious vulnerabilities in our system of medicine regulation and surveillance. It is a stark indictment not only of our internal controls, but also of our ability to safeguard the health of our citizens. We cannot and will not allow this crisis to spiral further. I hereby charge the Food and Drugs Authority, whose board is being inaugurated today, to redouble its vigilance and intensify its regulatory and enforcement efforts. You must strengthen your surveillance systems, tighten your licensing protocols, and work collaboratively with all relevant stakeholders to ensure that illicit and dangerous substances are swiftly intercepted and eradicated.
Well, meanwhile, the minister has directed all hospitals to establish and maintain 2 distinct accounts to ensure maintenance and robust healthcare delivery in the country. Well, the minister has instructed that one of the accounts be dedicated to the upkeep of infrastructure and another earmarked exclusively for the maintenance and servicing of critical diagnostic and medical equipment. Well, according to him, it is inexcusable for management to preside over the decline of the very assets that are indispensable to the delivery of healthcare.
We can no longer tolerate the wasteful practices of the past, where administrative overruns swallowed up most of our annual budgets, leaving our facilities starved of resources for maintenance, infrastructure development, and service improvement. That chapter must now be closed permanently. I am directing that all hospitals establish and maintain 2 distinct accounts, one dedicated to the upkeep of infrastructure, covering essential activities such as painting, roofing, repairs, and minor facility restorations, and another earmarked exclusively for the maintenance and servicing of critical diagnostic and medical equipment. It is inexcusable to preside over the decline of the very assets that are indispensable to the delivery of care. To let the hen that lays the golden eggs fall into rain is a betrayal of the public trust and of your duty.
All right, so in other stories tonight, the Central Regional Minister, Laarayedh, has lauded the Catholic Church for its contributions to healthcare in the region. Well, this comes as St. Gregory Hospital commissioned a new maternity and theatre block. Well, the minister assured further plans for healthcare infrastructural development in the region.
St. Gregory Hospital in Budumburam marked a significant milestone with the commissioning of its new maternity and theatre block. At a ceremony to commission the facility, Central Regional Minister Laarayedh praised the hospital's resourcefulness in using internally generated funds to complete the project, showing commitment to enhancing healthcare services.
Look at the genesis of this facility. It came during the time of 1990 when we had a civil war in Liberia. And so their expansion is not expansion by convenience. It's expansion by pressure. They are always pressurized to do something anew, which is why I think that if you look at their structure, you can see the earlier one is not well planned. But with time, you can see what we are having today is well planned. I think that it's about time that government pay attention to them.
Eco-Opinion said there are plans for further healthcare infrastructure development in the region.
That they need is recognition. And so government recognizes their strength and will do all we can to support them. Government is rolling out a lot of infrastructure healthcare, and very soon they will come out. Even the uncompleted ones will be completed very soon.
Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Cape Coast, Most Reverend Charles Palmer Buckle, emphasized the importance of sustainable healthcare practices and community engagement. He said the new facility is poised to significantly improve maternal and child health care in the area.
Thank you for the fact that we came here to bless and inaugurate the new maternity block. And the amount of money that has gone in, the sacrifices that have gone in and everything, I'm very pleased. But when I look at the fact that we have to maintain it, we have to improve upon it in order to let it become one day a metropolitan hospital. Where are we going to get the money from?
The ceremony held at St. Gregory Catholic Hospital in Gomwa East District of the Central Region brought together residents of the community, officials of the Catholic Church, and government representatives.
All right, so let me stay with the Catholic Church some more, as the Catholic Archbishop of Cape Coast, Charles Gabriel Palmer Buckle, is urging Ghanaians to adopt simpler funeral practices, citing the recent funeral service of Pope Francis. Archbishop Palmer Buckle noted that the Catholic Church's somber yet dignified funeral rites, as well as the Islamic tradition, should serve as a model for Ghanaians to emulate. Well, he urged that elaborate funerals often place undue financial strain on families. Well, the Archbishop's comments have sparked discussions on re-evaluating cultural norms surrounding funerals here in Ghana.
Ghanaians, if you look at Pope Francis, he died on the 21st of April. The whole Catholic Church, 1.4 billion people, we managed to bury him on the 26th of April, Saturday. Within 5 days, he's been buried. If you look at his coffin, very simple. So when I think of the fact that we in Ghana will need money to improve upon our hospital structure, to improve upon our education facilities, to improve upon our social facilities and the rest. And we spend so much money keeping the dead in the morgue. 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. Huge expenditure. 2, the whole funeral ritual we have. 1 week sort of celebration, and then the 1 month, and then the time of the burial, and then thereafter the posters and everything. I think we are wasting too much money. If I had my own way, I will advise Ghanaians, just as the Muslims do. If a person dies in the morning and can be buried by evening, the maximum we should bury the person within 2 weeks, and then use the money to create an endowment fund, education endowment fund in the family.
Well, we'll take a break at this point. We're coming back shortly. If you just joined the program, it's News Tonight, and my name is Kweku Temeng. We'll be back shortly. All right, so let's take some stories in here. The Ghana Publishing Company has revealed that its official publication will soon carry enhanced security features to prevent duplication and forgery. While speaking at the 60th anniversary celebration of the company, the acting managing director, Nana Kwesi noted that the upgraded documents, especially the new gazettes, can now be delivered within 24 hours to enhance efficiency and public trust. There's more in the following report.
1965, the Ghana Publishing Company has been at the forefront of providing trusted publishing services across the nation. To commemorate its 60th anniversary, the company is enhancing its official publications with cutting-edge security features to combat the circulation of fake copies. Delivering the keynote address, Acting Managing Director Nana Kwesi announced that the upgraded publications will now be produced and delivered within 24 hours.
We have committed ourselves to ensure that if anybody needs a gazette done in 24 hours, there is a 24-hour service gazette delivery. There were concerns about the gazettes and pirating of the gazettes. We have spent tireless nights thinking about how to improve upon the security features of the gazette. This is a gazette that has features that will react to UV light such that when you apply it to it, if it is fake, you will see, and if it is authentic, the gazette itself will show you. Your new gazette have specialized security features on it that will make it almost impracticable for people to pirate it. So you, the Ghanaian public, are safe when you acquire a gazette. You are no longer having the situation where you will be delivered with a fake gazette.
In her remarks, Member of Parliament for Korle-Klottey constituency, Zaneto Ajiman Rollins, urged staff of the company to uphold diligence and professionalism in their service delivery.
When people see the work that you do, they don't see the people behind the work. And occasions like this are an opportunity to acknowledge the hard work, the diligence behind the papers that we see, behind the prints that we see. What I would like to do on this occasion is to encourage you all that even though people may not see you as individuals because of the role you play in the value chain of what this company represents, for those who receive the work you do at the end, our thanks go to all of you. No job that you do is insignificant or unimportant. You all have a role to play so that in the end, when we're holding that document before us, we can be happy about it. What you do here touches the lives of millions and millions of people, from institutions of education from the lowest level to the highest level possible.
Addressing the media, head of the company's corporate affairs department, Lantam Papanko, cautioned the public against obtaining gazettes from unauthorized sources, since the Ghana Publishing Company remains the sole institution mandated to issue official gazettes in the country.
And so the general public should be aware. And as we are sounding the alarm or sounding the caution to people out there, we want to tell you that the Ghana Publishing Company Limited is the only place where you can get a gazette done. You can't get it done anywhere else. We are the only institution mandated by law to do the gazette. And so you can come to our branch here at Accra or in Kumasi, or if you're outside of Accra or Kumasi, we have a working relationship with the Ghana Post Office where you can go give your details to them. They will send it to us. We get your gazette done for you and we'll send it back to you. You can't get the gazettes done anywhere else. So beware of Goro Boys and all these other people who say they want to do a gazette for you and do a fake gazette for you.
The event to climax 60 years of the company's existence brought together current and former staff of the Ghana Publishing Company, traditional leaders, and key stakeholders from the public and private sectors.
Well, we're ready to bring you updates from our world of business. In business tonight, the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Samuel George, has announced that 3 external investors have expressed interest in acquiring stake at AT Telecommunications Network, which is currently wholly owned by government. Well, according to him, government will unveil a comprehensive roadmap within the next 8 weeks with the aim of transforming it from its present state of unprofitability. Well, the minister made these remarks during a working visit to the company, which is part of his week-long tour of technology-based companies. There's more in the following report.
AT is currently grappling with a substantial debt of approximately 1.5 billion Ghana cedis to various creditors. The government is working tirelessly to restructure this debt and inject vitality into the company. The Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel George, highlighted the government's efforts in addressing this issue, noting that some investors have already shown interest.
You want to look at all the possible options that are on the table relative to investors. Like I said, I've received about 3 proposals already from external companies who want to have a stake in the business and invest some money. But we will learn from some of the previous mistakes of how investors came in, the promises that were made, and enforcement of those promises. We'll learn from them.
The minister, who described AT as a troubled company, assured that the jobs of over 500 staff members will be protected as government works towards rejuvenating the company.
Well, we're not just giving the spectrum. The spectrum is being sold. And so you pay for the spectrum. When we offer you the spectrum, we give you 30 days to pay for it. I don't know if AT is in its current shape and form is in a position to pay or buy spectrum. But again, we're doing spectrum rationalization as well to see the utility of what it is. I know that AT has its spectrum needs and its spectrum desires, but again, like I said, the spectrum is national property. I don't want to be charged with causing financial loss to the state.
The minister took the opportunity to encourage the management and staff of AT to continue delivering their best efforts, despite the numerous challenges the company is currently facing, as the government works assiduously to resolve the outstanding issues plaguing the company.
All right, so lucky customers of CompuGhana, one of Ghana's leading electronic retail shopping outlets, have been rewarded with amazing prices at the EGG exclusive Easter sales promo. Well, the lucky winners took home an array of high-end gadgets, including an 82-inch AI TV, latest iPhones, and Samsung Galaxy smartphones.
In an all-exciting celebration at CompuGhana's GHOne branch, the electronics retail giant rewarded lucky customers in its much-anticipated Easter sales promo. From the latest smartphones to giant AI-powered TVs, winners walked away with prizes that turned an ordinary shopping trip into a life-changing moment. Rita Nyakon is the marketing manager of CompuGhana and highlights the rationale behind the exclusive Easter sales promo.
I want to encourage them that, I'm not saying be part of everything, but when it comes to CompuGhana, know that there is, we are genuine. We saw quality products. Over the years, over 18 years in this business, this is not the first time we are doing this. And we always, fulfill our part of the bargain. As they can see, we are always supported by NLA. So it's not like we stay somewhere Kululu to choose the winners. It's being selected on the NLA Caritas platforms.
She also touted the unique selling proposition of the CompuGhana brand.
We have the bragging rights. Like I said, over 18 years of being in the electronic business, people that have bought from us can testify that we sell genuine quality products. You get it. When you go to, we have the biggest electronic showrooms in Ghana with, premium and state-of-the-art showrooms with so many devices, so many gadgets displayed. Like you find anything you want in CompuGhana. And we are located everywhere, in all the malls in Ghana, Kumasi and Takrady.
One lucky winner who dashed to the GHOne branch of CompuGhana could not believe his luck when he was announced as the recipient of a brand new smart TV.
I had a call today that I won a prize after purchasing an item from CompuGhana. A couple of weeks ago, I bought a clipper here for shaving.
Clipper?
Yes. So, and then I got a call that I won a television, 32-inch TV. Yeah. It's exciting to get a prize for having bought an item from here.
The Easter promo is part of CompuGhana's broader mission to engage with its customers while offering unbeatable deals and state-of-the-art electronics.
Let's talk about energy now. The Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO, has moved swiftly to address recent power instability in the Bono region, particularly in Sunyani and surrounding areas. Well, the company's area manager, engineer Laarayedh, has provided clarity on the cause of the outages and outlined critical interventions underway to restore a consistent power supply.
In response to rising concerns over recent power fluctuations in the Bono region, NEDCO says technical faults have been identified and are being addressed. Speaking to journalists in Sunyani, NEDCO's area manager, engineer Laarayedh, attributed the outages to damaged breakers connected to main feeders at the regional control room. He noted that replacement components being delivered from its headquarters and additional support from Tamale will fast-track repairs.
They are not equipment that are off the shelf. Luckily, we have some spares in other regions, so the engineers are bringing them. That is why the power seems to be off. They are all traced to equipment that are failing either on the field or on the control room.
On curbing illegal connections, engineer Laarayedh revealed that several businesses have been prosecuted and more cases are under investigation.
If you stop the illegal connection, it's something that affects, and if you don't stop, we'll come for them, arrest them and prosecute them, especially in this period where there seems to be a rise in the outage levels. We have people who are working 24/7 hours to solve it.
NEDCO is encouraging whistleblowers to come forward, offering rewards for credible tips. A new complaint management system has also been introduced, allowing consumers to report fault for swift resolution. NEDCO is urging residents to remain patient, promising that power stability will soon return.
Well, if you're ready, join me. Let's get the latest from our world of sports. So in the Ghana Premier League this weekend, the highly anticipated clash between Accra Hearts and Kotoko is set for Sunday, tomorrow. Well, the 90-year-old rivalry promises to be intense, with both teams fighting for bragging rights and a strong finish to the season. Can Kotoko's new coach, Karim Zito, lead his team to victory, or will Hearts of Oaks right the wrongs? Well, here's a preview of what to expect. An unforgettable showdown at the Accra Sports Stadium tomorrow.
Are set to clash in a highly anticipated Ghana Premier League match on Sunday, May 4th at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Super Clash will see a 90-year-old football rivalry continue with not just bragging rights on the line, but the esteemed Ghana Premier League title. Kotoko currently sits fourth on the league table with 50 points, and Hearts sits sixth with 45 points with 5 games to go. Kotoko's, who has a good record against Accra Hearts of Oak coach Abubakar Ouattara, says his players knows that the title race is not yet over.
When I approached them for the first time, I told them that it is not over until it's over. Even though some have lost hope, but as a club, you play to win in competitions. So let's focus on them, play and win until the league ends. I will never lose hope.
For Hearts, the title race, but midfielder Kwesi Asma believes the game is a chance to right wrongs and has urged fans to back the team.
Well, we are very much prepared. Should I say I'm very much prepared? Yeah, very, very much prepared, and we are looking forward to the game. When you come to the training grounds, you can see we are all ready. We haven't been happy with recent results, but you have to take it game by game and to our supporters. So we rally for their support and hope that they also motivate us to win the game coming Sunday.
With bragging rights and a strong finish to the season on the line, Sunday's showdown is expected to deliver another unforgettable moment in Ghana's fiercest promises to be intense, with both teams fighting for supremacy. The outcome could significantly impact Kotoko's title ambitions, and Hearts will be licking their lips to put sand in the gari of Kotoko.
Well, we wish both teams their very best, but ahead of the Super Clash that's tomorrow, some diehard fans have claimed supremacy and are expectant of a victory in tomorrow's game.
I think Hearts is the biggest club because they have achieved a lot of trophies in the Ghana Premier League, and they have produced a lot of players, top players like Dombote. But in terms of Hearts, my brother, you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to score in 2. Yeah. Kotoko will be the biggest club of Ghana. Africa, Egypt, Kotoko, June, has uniform. Has uniform, Tinyadia, Kotoko, has uniform. Drop Ryan play. Oh, of course, Kotoko Magic League. Kotoko Magic improvement, you bad team, new coach, new Mela, Kotoko Jazz. Kotoko Man.
Yeah, I had to cook forever. Oh, I think I am. I have to cook. I have to cook. I think I have to 1-0 correct score.
Why Kotoko?
That's what I know.
I don't get any explanation for the buying Kotoko. Sunday they had going to
the biggest club ever in Ghana. 10 times Kotoko was even regarded as Africa Madrid.
Hey, Africa Madrid.
Africa Madrid. Where they be the first team to go to Europe. Now in Ghana here, they be the first team to go to Europe to play against an European team. So Kotoko be the biggest.
All right, so is it going to be Kotoko or Accra House of Folk? We'll be bringing you details on our network. Well, it's all time for us to bring you some international news. All right, so let's do some international stories. As former Tunisian Prime Minister Ali Laarayedh has been sentenced to 34 years in prison, accused of facilitating jihadist travel to Syria. A leading figure of the Islamist Ennahda party, Laarayedh served as Prime Minister from 2013 to 2014. Both he and his party deny any links to terrorism, while the verdict comes amid a sweeping crackdown on opposition voices, lawyers and media figures under the president's rule. Well, critics call it a political purge since the president's full control in 2021, claiming a move to silence all dissidents in the country. Well, thank you very much for staying with us within the last 1 hour. My name is Kweku Temeng. On behalf of the entire production team tonight, I would want to salute you. Bulletin produced by Echo Boache. I would want to say enjoy the rest of your evening when it is news, information, education, and entertainment. You get it right here on GHOne TV. Enjoy your evening.